I like cities. They're interesting places where interesting things happen. But every city has one huge polluting, congesting and expensive nuisance. Cars. I remember being a little kid going to the city for the first time, being pushed and shoved along a congested street surrounded by cars. That street was George Street. For decades it was considered Sydney's most important street, being lined with high quality retail and restaurants. However, the entire road start to finish was dominated by cars, leaving thousands of pedestrians on the narrow footpaths. Then, in late 2019, the street was pedestrianized with trams going down the middle. George Street became a completely livable, walkable and bikeable space that is safe and pleasant to be in. So why can't all streets be like George Street? Well, it's because of car dependency. According to the institution Strong Towns, car dependency refers to the concept that some city layouts favor cars over other means of transportation. This is most evidently seen in an exurb like this one in Sydney's West. Here there are rows and rows of American-style single-family homes with no sidewalk or public transit. To some people this may look normal, but to me this is a dangerous, outdated and quite frankly ignorant way of building cities. Here you need a car to get to school, get to work and just go anywhere. Multiple studies have proven multiple times the drastic effects American-style suburbs have on their residents, but Sydney is now willingly adopting this during the worst housing crisis we have ever seen. Car dependency is an awful thing. It leads to social cohesion within communities. A study by Westway in 2006 proved that this leads to lower life satisfaction and higher levels of racism within communities. Car-dependent places usually have cul-de-sacs or dead ends that make walking or biking within your neighborhood practically impossible. This causes social dissatisfaction, obesity, and can stunt children's independence. Fortunately, the solution to car dependency is not difficult at all. Most recently, after constant activism from young people, Sydney Metro West was created, making suburbs like Rouse Hill or Castle Hill into great walkable places. The other factor is mixed-use, medium to high-density zoning. What this means in simple terms is that workplaces, housing and amenities should be consolidated into a walkable area. Parramatta is a great example of this, as retail and transportation are in the center of a condensed area filled with high-rise housing and offices. This creates an area where you can live your day-to-day life only by walking. Walkable car-free city design is better for the environment. A study by the University of Sydney found that a car-dependent suburb like Fairfield had 12% higher car use than Sydney's average, and 45% of the residents in that suburb had more than one car. This led in 2019 to Fairfield having 319,000 tonnes of carbon emissions just from cars, 16% higher than Sydney's suburban average. Rates of obesity and diabetes are much lower in walkable suburbs, and walkability can add to an almost 35% increase to a suburb's economy. From a driver's perspective, walkability is better too. Traffic congestion leads to worse travel in a car, and Sydney is notorious for essentially being a constant traffic jam. Remember George Street? People think adding more lanes is a solution to traffic, but it's actually the exact opposite due to induced demand. When people see less traffic, they assume that traffic will be faster now, meaning that more people drive, which causes more traffic, which leads the road to be widened again, which causes more people to drive. And do you see the cycle here? The only solution to traffic congestion is viable alternatives like walking, biking or public transit. In walkable cities, people are forced to use these alternative methods, meaning that roads will rarely have traffic. This is impossible in car-dependent places due to the lack of viable alternatives. To conclude, I fought against car dependency and I've successfully voiced my opinions to make my local area a better place to live. You can do the same just like the youth in the hill suburbs did and fight for walkability. Contact your local council because you have a voice for change. Walkable, car-free, mixed-use neighborhoods are better for the environment, better for people's sanity, better for the economy, and most importantly, they're just damn good places to be in. Thank you.